Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the University of Nottingham for NBL Match Night 6. This is the AJ Bell National Badminton League. After an impressive debut season, the Badminton World Tour in the AJ Bell NBL is back in full swing with 2016. Fans will once again enjoy the drama. March's Match Night 6 is all 6 teams in action again on final match night of the regular season. The race at the top 4 finish and place of the AJ Bell NBL Finals Day, the ultimate smashdown. Finals take place on Sunday, 8th of May, at Barclaycard Arena in Birmingham. So, for those who are not familiar with the AJ Bell NBL, the regular season features 15 teams playing on 6 AJ Bell NBL match nights. Each month between November and March 2016. One fixture per month has been broadcast on Sky Sports with all the fixtures being streamed live online. 6 teams all competed in the first season: the Surrey Smashers, Birmingham Lions, MK Badminton, Team Derby, University of Nottingham Badminton, and Loughborough Sport. Teams made up of the best of British talent, Rio 2016 hopefuls, rising stars from England and the international stage, and legends such as Bell and This year, the AJ Bell NBL received players from 11 different nations being involved. New players from Denmark, Sweden, Holland and Poland this season. We're now about 10 minutes away from the introductions for tonight's match night 6. So a little bit about the NBL. Doubles the fastest racket sport on the planet. It's just gone faster. The AJ Bell NBL National Badminton League has been game-changing for the sport and the presentation of badminton. The NBL format has been renamed for Power 9 Rules. Exclusive first-to-nine scoring system makes every point matter and rewards players who come out attacking from the very first point. Quick-fire action, with fixtures presented in 2 hours, turns top-class badminton into a great night, great entertainment, and all sports fans can enjoy. It also sees sudden left tie breaks. This is new to badminton, creates tension, and is great entertainment for the fans. Best of 5 games to encourage rousing comebacks, players displaying passion, and get fans supporting their favourite player and teams. The AJ Bell Power Play, double point rally. We've talked about AJ Bell NBL in-play feature last season. Watch out for the pin shuttlecock, the sound effects during the rally that may put the players under even more pressure, but is great for the spectators and creates an awesome atmosphere. Reputation means nothing in the AJ Bell NBL. Only players watch out for more stars this evening. Gives top England players and England players a chance to play competitively at the top level, more regularly, and in front of great crowds like themselves. Also watch out for sellout crowds like the Surrey Smashers, Team Derby and Loughborough Sport. Real demand from sports fans and you can experience it.
Very good evening and welcome to the Jubilee Sports Centre here at the University of Nottingham for match night 6, the final match night of the regular AJ Bell National Badminton League season. It's an East Midlands derby on this live stream tonight. University of Nottingham Badminton versus Team Derby. Now the hosts have already secured their place in the top 4 and will definitely appear at finals day on May the 8th, whilst Team Derby currently occupy the 4th and final spot, but are likely to need some points tonight to guarantee their place in finals day. Alongside myself this evening, Rob Hayes is head of coaching at Badminton England, Neil Cottrell. Neil, it's the end of the regular season, but as we've come to expect in the AJ Bell NBL, there is still plenty to play for.
Absolutely, Rob. I think the team on show tonight are going to give us a good game. As you say, there's a little bit more riding on this for Team Derby, and you know, their need to actually get a last couple of points to ensure their qualification in the final 4. So I think we're up for a good competition tonight.
The league table, as it stands, looks like this. Loughborough Sport at the top with 14 points. University of Nottingham Badminton second on 12 points. Those two will definitely feature on finals day on May the 8th at the Barclaycard Arena in Birmingham. Currently in third place on 11 points, Birmingham Lions. Fourth, Team Derby on 9 points. And in the bottom 2, and as it stands out of the running for finals day, Surrey Smashers and MK Badminton, both on 7 points. So they need big results tonight to get themselves to finals day. Tonight's are the fixtures then on the other live stream. MK Badminton versus Loughborough Sport. Dave Rogers and John Quinn, your commentary team on that. And live on Sky Sports tonight, Birmingham Lions versus Surrey Smashers. We'll try and keep you up to date on this live stream with the scores from the other fixtures tonight if we can. Right, let's concentrate on this one. University of Nottingham Badminton versus Team Derby. The running order tonight. First up on court, the mixed doubles. Chris Adcock and Ellen Mahentha-Ralingram of University of Nottingham Badminton against Ollie Baksala and Amanda Hogstrom of Team Derby. Then it's the men's singles, Rowan Mida versus Rajiv Usef. Next up, men's doubles, Joel Dowles and Adam Hall representing the home side against Chris Coles and Andy Ellis of Team Derby. Women's singles is Emily Witts versus Grace King. And then we will round off the final match night of the regular season with the women's doubles, Jess Pugh and Cheryl Synan against Kate Robertshaw and Gail Ems. Neil, looking at the team rosters this evening, University of Nottingham Badminton short of 3 key senior players. Yao Ji in the women's singles, Eric Pang in the men's singles, and Adam Qualina, a late withdrawal from the men's doubles as well. How much of an effect will that have on tonight's result?
I think those 3 guys would have a significant part to play for University of Nottingham tonight. Having said that, the guys that come in are going to be more than competitive. I think the way that the match is looking, I think the tie of the game is going to be the final one, the ladies doubles. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing how an informed pair of Jess Pugh and Cheryl Synan get on against the experience of Kate Robertshaw and Gail M. So I think that's one to look out for. And it'd be interesting to see how Joel Dowles comes in. It's his NBL debut tonight, and filling the rather large shoes of Adam Qualina, who has struck up a good partnership with Adam Hall so far during the season. So it'd be interesting to see how Joel gets on and how he finds his feet.
Yeah, that was a good partnership for them in the last 3 match nights, Adam Qualina and Adam Hall. And Adam Qualina actually captained University of Nottingham Badminton last time out in the absence of Chris Adcock, who is back in the squad tonight. Joel Dowles, we actually spoke to him just before we came on air this evening, and he said there are probably easier situations in which to make your AJ Bell NBL debut.
Absolutely, with playing against Chris Coles and Andy Ellis is going to be very difficult at the best of times. Joel's concentrating quite a lot on his singles at the moment. He's an up-and-coming player, sort of bursting into the England scene at the moment. So it'd be a big ask for him. But Adam Hall is a young guy himself, but he's proven himself on the European stage, and interestingly plays alongside Chris Coles, in the regular season. So there'll be some tough competition for the bragging rights there as well. So an interesting game to look forward to.
Lots to come tonight on this live stream for you. You can stay in touch with us throughout the season and tonight as well. nationalbadmintonleague.co.uk is the league's official website. You can contact us on Twitter at @MBL_official and use the hashtag AJBellNBL. That's where you can get all the live scores for tonight. As I say, we'll try and keep you abreast of those on this live stream as well. There is time as well for me to thank the league's proud partners this season, AJ Bell and B Wiser, for their support in what has been and continues to be a huge year for English badminton. And Neil, as we come to the end of this, the second season of the AJ Bell NBL, we've got two brand new teams coming into the two new franchises coming in next season as well. The success of this new format is growing year on year.
Absolutely, Rob. You know, it'd be great to see a couple of new teams in the league next year, so it'd be interesting to see how they get on. You know, obviously starting from scratch, whereas the 6 existing franchises have had a couple of years of experience on how to play and the different ways of executing this different format. So, but it does show the success of the league so far, that more franchises looking to get involved and be part of next season.
And we say this is an East Midlands derby. There's Loughborough around this kind of area as well. Birmingham and Milton Keynes isn't too far away, but the two new teams will actually represent new corners of the United Kingdom, the southwest-based Bristol Jets and Suffolk Saxons based out of Ipswich as well. So if there are fans of the AJ Bell NBL that aren't happy or aren't able to travel on a Monday night, they've got more quality action on their doorstep, and it will present an opportunity for even more of the nation's top players and also stars from across the continent to come out and showcase their skills.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And you know, in those slightly different areas where you know there's a lot of interest in badminton, and certainly a long time ago when I was playing, the English Nationals used to be held in Norwich, just down the road from Ipswich, so it'd be great for them to see some top-class badminton again. And as I say, I think the big factor will be which other players can we attract to the league, because obviously, you know, having 2 extra teams, then more players are needed, so it may well give some of our younger players more of an opportunity, but also the opportunity to bring in some European stars as well.
And we've seen in this format that there are no guarantees. On paper, it might look like one team is stronger than the other, but so many different results have come out of the AJ Bell NBL in the last couple of seasons as the teams are welcomed onto the court here at the Jubilee Sports Centre. First out, the visitors, the neighbours team derby, if you like. They're just being welcomed onto the court now. And we talk about the format change here in the AJ Bell NBL. It's a real quick-fire style. It's first to 9 points in the game. No need to win by 2 clear points in that. And it's best of 5 games. And if it goes 2-2, it's a tiebreaker. There is also the AJ Bell power play point, much talked about pink tip shuttle, worth 2 points to the team that elect to play it. Can only play 1 per event. So those are things to look out for that will keep you up to date with as and when they arise this evening. If you are new to the AJ Bell NBL, here just coming into the court, this is the kind of player that the AJ Bell NBL has been managed to attract. GLM's World Championship winner, Olympic silver medalist, and we just touched upon it there briefly, but just for the youngsters coming out now that make up the team derby substitutes, to be in and around the same court and learning from somebody like GLM's is massive for their development.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. Someone like Grace King, who's played exceptionally well during her first season of NBL action. She's only 15 years of age, standing next to Kate Robertshaw, seasoned England international, next to her GLM. So she must think, this is an absolutely brilliant opportunity for her, just to, like you say, just to be around these people and just to learn and pick up a few tips on how to make yourself even better.
And just over on the other side of the net, the University of Nottingham badminton captain Chris Adcock has just started to lead his side out. Chris Adcock, alongside wife Gabby Adcock, winning a whole host of international titles at the moment, so an equal level of experience and quality on the host team tonight.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Chris Adcock and obviously with Gabby as well are the standout GB players at the moment, in the top sort of 5 or 6 in the world, recent All-England semi-finalists, and we're really unlucky not to potentially get to a final and even win. I think they had opportunities during the event the other week, and I think it's still smarting them a little bit. So it'd be interesting to see how Chris comes out tonight, whether his level of motivation to really sort of kick-start back into his final preparations before Rio.
Well, he's got the responsibility on his shoulders of leading this team as well, University of Nottingham Badminton. As we say, the result of the match night overall not hugely significant to this team, but they'll want to carry some kind of form and some kind of momentum into finals day on May the 8th.
Yeah, I mean, the other sort of added sort of piece of interest really is that a lot of these players train with each other all the time, so there's no way that they're going to want to go on court against each other and and lose, because when they turn up to training tomorrow, then there'll be the knowing looks and the winks and the jokes, so there'll be a fierce competition tonight, irrespective of the fact that Nottingham don't need the win, but they'll certainly be going all out for the win.
And you yourself are based at the National Centre in Milton Keynes a lot of the time, and you see that friendly rivalry. How friendly is it? How much of does the AJ Bell NBL have an impact on their training regime? Obviously they're training for conventional tournaments, shall we say, but there are bragging rights to be had here as well.
Yeah, I think just in and around the centre, these guys spend a lot of time with each other, so they'll definitely want to beat each other. I mean, they were all training at the centre this morning, and we've had some good action, good activity today, so they'll be more than ready for this fixture tonight.
The officials are being welcomed into the Jubilee Sports Centre here. We are less than 5 minutes away from the start of the final match night 6 of the AJ Bell National Badminton League. A reminder, first on court this evening, Chris Adcock, the home captain, alongside Ellen Mahentha-Ralingam, and they take on Ollie Baksala and Amanda Hogstrom in the mixed doubles. Let's hone in even more then, Neil, on this as a contest itself. You've got Ellen Mahentha-Ralingam, who has probably struggled a little bit, to be fair to her, in the AJ Bell NBL so far, playing alongside the very experienced, high-quality mixed doubles player that is Chris Adcock. Yeah,
I think sometimes for the less experienced players, then just mentioned earlier about they can learn and they can pick up some good things from the more experienced. But it also adds a little bit of pressure to, Ellen will have to raise her level to get anywhere near sort of matching Chris's level, so that can sort of provide a different set of challenges as well as picking up the information. But they're going to be big favourites on paper just because of the world-class level that Chris is able to execute at the moment. Certainly, in banging form, playing really well, and the Team Derby pair of Ollie Baksala and Amanda Hogstrom, largely untested. They don't play with each other on a regular basis, but as we've seen, you mentioned earlier about the upsets during the season, that with this format, then given a good start, then things can happen that you don't expect.
The beauty of a first to 9 point scoring system is that if you get 3 or 4 points in a row, you're essentially already halfway there, and momentum is key, and we've seen it swing from team to team throughout the events. And as you say, if Baksala and Hogstrom can get a decent start tonight, they'll put the frighteners on. And as we say, not sure what approach Chris will take to tonight, and also how much pressure Ellen will be feeling at being partnered with such a high-profile player.
No, Chris will want to get on and off, I would imagine, try and take his victory as quickly as he can. But with that sort of approach, then things can go wrong. A few errors here and there, and as you mentioned, with this shortened scoring format, then you can put yourself under pressure with just a couple of serves in the net or a couple of bad returns, and before you know it, you've lost the set. So the Team Derby pair will probably feel a little bit like they are the underdogs, but they'll certainly be up for the fight, and will fancy the chances of causing an upset.
Amanda Hogstrom is yet to win an event in the AJ Bell NBL, and this is only the second time that she's played alongside Ollie Baksala. They lost 3-0 to Surrey back in November, so they will be looking to right the wrongs of that defeat. Seems a long time ago, doesn't it, stretching back over a good few match nights now in the AJ Bell NBL. Ellen Mahentha-Ralingam, easy for me to say. I said it twice right already. Ellen Mahentha-Ralingam. It's difficult enough to get a name on the back of a shirt, let alone for us to say it. She took 4 match nights last season to get a win, and is still looking for her first one this season.
Well, Ellen's a very effective player. That if she can just take the net and get some lifts up for Chris, then there'll be a very specific game plan that she'll be looking to do to try and exploit the spaces on the court and try and get the lifts up for Chris so he can use his power. So the way that Ellen plays is quite well suited to how Chris wants to play.
Well, let's see how this one pans out then. The first event of match night 6. And it is first point to the home side.
Service over, 1 love. Service over, 1 all.
Chris attacks those serves. There's not many spaces on the court that Baxala can hit it into there, so Chris is dominating in that area at the moment.
Good rally there, and Ollie Baxala more than holding his own.
Yeah, great defence for Baxala there. That instead of just hitting the shot really hard, which will play right into Chris's hands, then he's just taken the pace off, sort of used a bit of the space on the court and created an error. So really good tactic to use.
Good start this from Team Derby.
I think that's the bit what we mentioned right at the start about the way that Alan needs to play around the net, just sort of taking the shot early but taking the pace out just means that the shot is going to be coming back up to Chris so he can start to attack.
A nice clever shot there from Ollie Baxala, re-establishes the 2-point advantage.
Yeah, and a similar approach to what I mentioned before about just taking the pace off a little bit, looking for where the spaces are on the court and just like turning that point of defence away from the shot that's coming straight.
Hogstrom not able to quite handle the pace of Adcock's left arm.
Out.
Short on the service though from Chris Adcock.
6-4.
Bit of a mix-up there, bit of confusion, and that's a 3-point gap now at this important stage of the first game. Bit of luck goes the home side's way.
5-7.
But as quick as that, it's game point to Baxala and Hogstrom. This has been a good start from them.
Yeah, if you think about the points that they've lost so far, it's been a shot that's been high on Chris's side of the net and he's been able to smash, whereas taking the shot around the net and pushing into spaces has proven to be a really useful way of playing and it's given them a chance.
Second net cord in the last few points for University of Nottingham. Keeps them in it. Baxala just having a quick word with himself because they need to close this out.
Power play claimed by University of Nottingham.
But the power play is claimed early on here by Chris Adcock. This worth 2 points to University of Nottingham Badminton. So this is game point to both sides. Bit of drama early on for the AJ Bell power play. And it's won by Team Derby. That's a big result in the first game. Not only the way that they started, but the way that they won it on the power play as well.
I think on balance of play, I think Derby deserved that first set. They've certainly played quite an intelligent game so far and not just stood toe-to-toe and hit the shuttle hard against Chris, which is one of his major strengths. So plus the other advantage is that Nottingham have used their power play as well. So, so certainly advantage Team Derby at the moment.
It is indeed a reminder, if you're new to the format, the AJ Bell power play can only be played once per event.
15 seconds.
They can't be played in the same game as your opponents, but Chris Adcock and Ellen Mahantha-Lingram have used theirs, and it didn't work to their advantage. Team Derby have that in their locker, as well as the first game on the board.
Second game, Laval. Play.
As soon as Adcock gets his smash going, it's 2 points in a row for University of Nottingham.
Yeah, Team Derby are going to back up their first set win, then they can't be giving Chris too much height at the back of the court and time. They're trying to isolate Mahantha-Lingham at the back, which is a reasonable way to play, but as soon as it goes to Chris, then normally it's rally over.
Two quickly becomes three. Good response, this. Mahantha-Lingham, she's tall as well, she's rangy, so anything sort of mid-court she can reach up and put straight back at you.
Absolutely, but one of the problems of being tall and having long levers is the shuttle comes flat and fast at you, then trying to get your racket into a position is quite tricky, so giving her the time is playing into her hands a little bit.
The call came from Baksala, but Hogstrom didn't respond. It's 5-love. Well, she might have deserved a bit of that look off the frame there, Mahantha-Lingham, because she showed quick hands a couple of exchanges ago.
She's using all of the racket at the moment, Rob. You know, a little bit fortunate to get the frames, but she's looking to take the shot really, and she's serving really tight. So, you know, you deserve a little bit of luck when you're playing in that way and being really positive around the net, especially for the ladies in mixed. And you know, it's certainly proving dividends at the moment.
Baksala and Hogstrom have finally stopped the rock with a couple of points in a row of their own.
2-7.
Well, this gap is closing alarmingly quickly.
Yeah, what they've started to do is give Ellen the shuttle at the net with no pace on it, so she's having to sort of actually inject the pace herself, and she's just made a couple of errors there, and she's potentially starting to panic a little bit, so she needs to relax and just play how she was at the start of the game, and she'll keep the advantage.
Hogstrom into the net, so it's game point University of Nottingham Badminton. And they get us level at the first time of asking. A really good response that to losing the first game, particularly in the way that they did.
Yeah, it's almost, there was a little patch in the middle where I think Mahantha-Lingham started to panic a little bit, you know, and the beginning of the game, and then the last couple of rallies there was really cool, expecting that she's going to be seeing a lot of the shuttle, and just making sure that she's moving onto it and looking to execute the shots that are in keeping with the game plan that they're trying to execute. So you know, good response.
15 seconds.
Only 20 years old as well is Mahantha-Lingham. She's a student here at Nottingham University, so she'll take on board anything that Chris Adcock can possibly say to just help her out, help her close out games when in that kind of situation.
Team Derby's coaching team just tried to call a timeout, but not in keeping with the rules at the moment. I don't think you can do it in between sets.
So they're just going to wait till the first point and do so now. So it is timeout called by Team Derby.
Team Derby's head coach, Julian Mann, is away at the European Junior Championships at the moment out in Poland. So we've got a player coaching team today of Gail Ems and Andy Ellis, imparting a little bit of insightful mixed advice. And I suppose if you're going to get mixed advice, then Gail Ems is one of the people you'd want to get it from, being
absolutely
a silver medalist. So obviously he's got some good information to pass on. Not so sure about Andy Ellis though. Not sure how good his mix was. Certainly more of a men's doubles exponent.
Thank you.
He was talking coaching with you earlier before we came on air though, so I'm sure in the brief chat you've managed to impart some of your wisdom on him. As it happens, Team Derby come in off the back of their timeout, leading 1-love in this third game. It's level at 1-1.
Whatever Andy has just said has worked, and he's taken the first point after the timeout, so all good.
It has worked.
It's
a bit of a topsy-turvy event so far, this one. The last game, it was University of Nottingham who raced into a 7-love lead. Spun it back around Team Derby. 3-love they lead now.
Service over. 1-3.
That's good defence from Willingham there, sort of took herself out of the hole initially and then put a little bit of pressure on at the net and forced an error. So that's a good comeback then.
Right into the back corner, and Hogstrom is asking Baxala to chase it back there.
3-all.
Well, I noticed after the timeout, both the Derby pair were pressing quite high up on the court, so clearly, you know, Willingham saw the big gaping space at the back of the court and just quite an easy shot into it.
Good hands from Baxala. Reacted well to that, close into his body.
Service over. 4-3.
Great play from Hodgson there, anticipating that Chris was going to play with a little bit of pace and just gambled on it going into that spot and, for a clean winner.
Big roar from Baxala, straight down the middle of the University of Nottingham pair.
Yeah, played that rally really well. They're using a flick serve to Willingham just to get her away from the net and then looking to exploit any sort of short lifts, and with a good smash from Baxala then.
Out. Service over. 4-7.
Baxala trying to step in and attack the serve, not to his advantage this time.
Yeah, it's one area where Willingham has done really well in this game. Her serve has been really tight, so quite hard to...
Let's be ready.
Hogstrom not quite ready for that one.
It's a really good serve again as well. That was unfortunate.
University of Nottingham still getting the point. Close the gap to just 1. 6-7 they trail out.
6-7.
Baxala had 2 goes at it, and this time I think Hogstrom might just have got in his way slightly, but we are level now.
Again, really good defence from Lingham there. Really stuck in, and really easy just to sort of give up on those rallies, but just proving that if you battle and get yourself into a good defensive position, you've always got a chance of getting something back.
There she is, rewarded with another piece of luck off the net cord. Game point, University of Nottingham Badminton. They have spun this right around in their favour, and the home crowd are willing them on. And out it goes from Hogstrom, so they spun it right around University of Nottingham Badminton. That's a really good third game for them to take. They take it 9-7.
Yeah, that game was won by Lingham's serve there. So from 4-7 down, really tight serving, and put Team Derby under a lot of pressure on the returns, and they just came up with a few errors, and so a couple of good points as well from a defensive point of view, but thoroughly deserved that.
Well, we were talking about how much Ellen Mahentha-Alingra might learn off of Chris Adcock, but she's certainly playing her own game at the moment, and it's proving to be very effective.
Yeah, we said right at the top that there's a couple of things that she could do that really will bring Chris into the game, and serving tight and looking to play nice and tight around the net and get lifts up for Chris is certainly proven to be working well at the moment.
So it is University of Nottingham Badminton that will serve to start the 4th game, leading 2-1. Just so difficult to do anything with, isn't it, the serve?
I was a bit lazy there, just sort of gave a lift away quite cheaply for a winner from Team Derby. So, but again, didn't capitalise on a really nice serve from Ellen.
Service over, 2-1.
Nice though from Hogstrom, that had some downward trajectory. Adcock wasn't getting all the way down to that.
No, it was good steep smash. He's probably put a little bit of slice on it just to bring it down that extra little bit of angle there.
That's the class of Chris Adcock.
3-2.
Good cross court from Baxala.
Yeah, convention would then have said that he was going to smash straight at Mahentha-Alingam to put a bit of pressure on the lady player, but saw a space outside of Chris Adcock's backhand and hit a great cross court slice smash winner. University of Nottingham Badminton are in that formation with Ellen looking to take the shot early at net and Chris powering from the back of the court. Very formidable, and I can't see Derby getting themselves out of it. They've got to get Mahentha-Alingam to the back of the court and exploit those spaces, which is what they have done well in parts of this game, but certainly not at the moment.
But they're going to need to start doing it quickly, because University of Nottingham Badminton are edging ever closer to the winning line here, 6-3. Just 3 more points required. Long it goes from Baxala. 7-3. You feel if Team Derby can just win a point and get on service, that they'd want to use their power play to try and close the gap, but just can't get the shuttle back in their own hands at the moment. Good idea from Adcock, and the crowd would have loved to have seen that one drop in. Not quite though. Here we go with the AJ Bell power play.
Power play claimed by Team Derby.
Remember, 2 points on offer for Team Derby if they win this one, which would close the gap to 6-7. Big point, this one. Sala left it, but didn't judge it correctly, so it's 8-4 and match point to University of Nottingham. A good point to end it, and Team Derby held on for as long as they could, but it's finished off. Adcock and Mahentha Alingram win the fourth game 9-4, and they take the mixed doubles 3 games to 1.
Yeah, Team Derby clearly had a game plan to try and get Mahentha Alingram to the back of the court, but the tactics of the Nottingham pair just have overcome and negated that, and they've drawn out worthy winners. You know, really good execution of net play from Mahentha Alingram there, and serving and taking the shot early, and really playing for her partner to execute his stuff. So really good.
And she finally has her first AJ Bell NBL victory of the second season. Ellen Mahentha Alingram, she will be feeling much better about that, especially going into finals day. We touched upon it briefly before the players came onto court this evening, Neil, but for a player like Ellen Mahentha Alingram, not won all season, to come out on the final match night before finals day and get a win on the board would just relieve a bit of pressure and allow her to play a bit more freely possibly on finals day.
Yeah, maybe. You know, as you mentioned earlier, that she's very young. She's a lot less experienced than some of the other guys on the court, and you know, playing with a person such as Chris Adcock adds a little bit of pressure. So, you know, for her to play so well and you know, win a point for the team will do her no harm at all.
We'll turn things around very quickly here at the Jubilee Sports Centre tonight, because next on court it is the men's singles. Rowan Meader of University of Nottingham Badminton against Rajiv Usef, the reigning national champion and Team Derby captain. This, on paper, looks a very tough task for Rowan Meader.
It certainly does. Again, Raj, we mentioned about Chris being a world-class player in the mixed doubles, and you know, Raj is in the top 20 in the world in men's singles, and you know, by far the best English singles player that there has been for the last 10, 15, maybe even years. So extremely tough for Rowan to get anything out of this game, but you know, if he has a good start, and he might be able to disrupt things a little bit and have a good go. Well,
he is in the top 10 himself nationally, Rowan Meader, so he's no slouch on the badminton court. He's based here in Nottingham now, actually. He's doing a master's degree here at the university, and he won the British Colleges of Sport title this season, the sort of university circuit, so he's got a sort of winning mentality. He's the best in the country at university level. He's represented England at the various different age groups as well. So it's a good way for him to test himself here in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll fancy having a good go, and you know, like you say, he's a talented singles player in his own right, but a bit of a step up in class here against the guys who he'd normally compete with in the universities championships. But let's see how he gets on.
The men's singles then, the second event of match night 6. Rowan Meader of University of Nottingham Badminton at the top of your picture in white, and in the foreground Rajiv Usef in red and blue for Team Derby, their captain.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rowan Meader to serve, love all, play.
That's a great long rally to open this event off, and Raj Usef had to be patient. Meader kept putting it back at him. Just a quick change of pace there, and that shows his quality.
Absolutely. You don't want to lose those rallies, though. You feel an awful lot better when you win those long rallies than you do when you lose. So, it's important for Mida to recover from that and certainly to take this next one.
Clinical again from Usef.
Yeah, one of Rajiv's strengths is that he can be looking like he's just cruising through the point and moving quite sort of controlled and efficiently. Then all of a sudden there's a burst of pace in this big injection, and then the shuttle's on the floor. So it's up to Mida to really try and impose himself on Raj, and he's got nothing to lose, so he can go for a few shots. But the more long rallies like that, when Raj has got time from the back of the court, then he's so deceptive, and it's going to be a really tough night for Mida.
Just pulling him and pushing him about a bit, creating the space, and has the quality more often than not to find it. As you say, his style can sometimes look a little bit casual, if you like. Makes it more difficult to read. Straight up and straight back down the line for Raj Usef. 5-love, this is commanding at the moment.
Yeah, this is the trouble, that sort of long bursting rally that in the first point of the match would have taken quite a lot out of Mida, who won't be training as well, isn't training full time, and certainly at the intensity that Rajiv is, and it takes a little bit to come back from those.
A bit better from Rowan Mida. He looked a little bit weary after that 6th point, but he's finally on the board.
Yeah, it's a nice deceptive slice drop there. Looked like he was going to hit with a lot of pace, and just cuts around the outside of the shuttle to bring the shuttle down nice and steep. So nice winner to get him off the board, on the board.
The net exchange there, and Raj Usef using every inch possible.
Service over. 7-1.
I think he's just got to keep plugging away, trying to be positive, because what he doesn't want to do is just to extend the rallies just for the sake of extending the rallies. He's got to try and be positive, and try and win some points rather than waiting for Raj to lose one, because judging by the form that Raj appears to be in so far, he's not going to lose too many.
The disguise on that shot again, working for Mida. 2 of his 3 points have come in similar fashion like that.
3-7.
Game point now, Raj Usef.
8, game point, 3.
8-3, and it's been relatively plain sailing for the English #1 so far. A good angle on the other side of the net from Raj Usef. 9-3, and that's as straightforward as probably we expected, Neil.
Yeah, classic display from Raj, just showing his class and the difference in class between the level that Mida's playing and the level that Usef's playing on a regular basis. That you know, he looks very comfortable. It's going to be difficult for Mida to get anything out of this, as we said right at the very beginning of the match. But he's still got to try and be positive and try and play some shots and win some rallies and take it to Raj.
But he proved in patches that he can go toe-to-toe with the English #1, and also proved that he's got a couple of clever shots in his armoury as well. It's just about trying to find them consistently and regularly throughout the game, but a player of Rajusev's quality doesn't give you that many opportunities.
That's the key. You know, Mida's got the skills, but it's just executing them on a consistent basis at pace, which the pace is slightly higher than he's used to.
Wide it goes from Rajusev. First point on the board for Rowan Mida in this second game.
Service over. 1 love.
Just a couple of errors at the start of this game from Rajusev. Some face on that. There's an ooh in the crowd at how sharply that comes straight back from Rajusev.
Yeah, he's a tall guy, so if he's able to cut the shuttle out a little bit earlier in the court, which just means it gets a better angle and gives Mida a lot less time to get his defence in position to get us to try and return it. And that's exactly what you can't afford, just to give cheap errors and cheap points away to Usyk. From there, it's you know, he's got to work really hard to keep those to an absolute minimum.
Service over. 3-2.
Gifted one there on the serve of Rajusev. Nose back in front for Mida. There, when he's got Rajusev on the ropes, he's clinical enough to finish it off, re-establishes his 2-point cushion, much better from the home player.
Because again, it's when he's playing positive rallies, then he's taken a few opportunities, so he just needs to continue that approach.
There's the consistency that we talk about, the errors that you can't afford to gift to the English number one. Rajusev watched that all the way, let it drop, but it was just inside.
Service over. 4,
Back on net shots.
5.
Coughing up a few errors there, and just looking at the body language of the coach, then just saying, just get it away, you know, don't play that net shot, just get it out of the zone and build a volley again. If you just tried, they've got the shuttle smacked on the floor, so.
That's it, if you don't get it far enough away, you're punished for it. That's another one with not enough depth on it, and for the first time this game, Rajusev leads 6-5.
Cleared by University of
Calls
Nottingham.
Martin Lewis into action to call a timeout. Just to pop on and have a word with Rowan Mida, because he's definitely in this second game.
Yeah, he started well, didn't he? But he's starting to look a little bit frustrated with himself. He's made a few errors and he's let Raj sort of right back into the game and into a short lead. But yeah, I think Martin's just going to try and calm him down a little bit and refocus him on how he's won those points at the start of this set.
That's it, he's a very positive man as well, Martin Lewis, so that will be the message that he's trying to get into Rowan Mida.
15 seconds. 15
because
seconds.
when he has been positive, it's looked good from the English number 9. He's in the best form of his life at the moment. It's his highest career ranking nationally.
6-5.
Can he keep close to the number 1 in the country? Rajusev leads 6-5. The problem is Rowan Mida's led for the majority of this game, but it's at this important stage of it that Usev has gone in front.
Service over. 6-7. Power play played by University of Nottingham.
Here comes the power play from Rowan Mida.
6-7.
The AJ Bell power play worth 2 points to Rowan Mida. Will put him back in front in this second game. Can he make it count? No, he cannot. Raj Usev reaches all the way around his head.
Service over.
To put it back down on the floor. 8-6. Game point, Raj Usev.
It was a good catch from the crowd there, causing a little bit of laughter, a bit like in the Cricket One Day World Cup when there were certain prizes available for people who caught the ball in the crowd.
That's a great point from Rowan Mida. The long rally at the very start of this match he lost, and that sort of set the precedent for the first game. That long rally he won, and won well.
Yeah, he dug in well there, but you know, Raj was sort of bossing a lot of that rally, but he just soaked it up a little bit, and then when he had his opportunity, he took it. So he's got to take some good heart from that.
Here we go then, 8-8 in this second game. The format of the AJ Bell NBL means that whoever wins this point wins the game. No need to win by 2 clear points. So Mida's got himself right back in this. But then he tried to let it go long, and it didn't go long, and Raj Usev, although he was pushed all the way, takes a 2-game lead.
2 games to love.
Yeah, I'd be really disappointed with that, having worked so hard in the previous rallies to get himself into a winning situation, and just let one drop on the back line is a bit of a disappointment for him, and he's now 2-0 down.
Plenty of positives for Rowan Mida to take into it, albeit 2 games behind. So he can, if the pressure wasn't off beforehand in the fact that he's playing against Raj Usev, it maybe is a bit more now, because many people are expecting this match to be a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, you know, he's proven to himself that he can compete in these rallies, so you know, if he gets a good start in this one and just maintains it all the way through. He had a bit of a dip in the last game, and then just sort of came back towards the end of the set, so just needs to be a bit more consistent and positive, and take it from there.
One thing's for certain, if he can stay competitive, Rowan Mida will get the full support of this packed crowd at the Jubilee Sports Centre.
Service over. 1-all.
Tiny bit of luck for Rowan Mida, but he will not mind that at all. Made the shot much more difficult for Rajusev, who almost responded.
Service over. 2,
Yeah, he stuck
3.
in the volley again well there, so kept himself in the game at the start of this third set.
Service over.
Can't give Rajusev too many easy ones like that, I'm afraid. Just too good from Usev. Mida can keep getting it back as often as he likes, but Usev hits it back and with some more on it.
Yeah, he's really starting to dominate this game now that he seems to have gone up a little gear at the end of the second set. When it was quite close, and then he's just showing his class now.
Will he finish with a flourish? He's going to try to. The AJ Bell power play means it's match point Rajusev.
Match point 2.
Takes it in style, Rajusev, finishing on the AJ Bell power play. 9-2, he takes the third game. He wins by 3 games to 0 and levels the match night at 1-1.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much as expected, that the level that Raj is able to produce is far higher currently than Mida, and you know, the class told in that game. You know, Rowan, he had a really good go in the second set, got really close, could have taken that, but you know, it's just like anything in high-level sport. If you don't take your chances, then you get punished, and that's ultimately what Raj did in the end.
So there we go then, 1-1 we are here on match night 6 at the Jubilee Sports Centre. Next on court, the men's doubles, a late change for University of Nottingham Badminton. Joel Dowles in to replace Adam Corlina to partner Adam Hall, and they will take on Chris Coles and Andy Ellis of Team Derby.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
just to bring you up to date with what's happening across the AJ Bell NBL, this of course the 6th and final match night of the second season. MK Badminton are 1-0 up against league leaders Loughborough Sport. MK Badminton rooted to the bottom of the table at the moment. They will need a few more points tonight, you feel, to put themselves in contention for a top 4 place. And Birmingham Lions are 1-0 up against Surrey, and that 1 point means that Birmingham Lions will be taking part in finals day in May. So 3 of the 4 places have now been confirmed. Loughborough Sport, University of Nottingham Badminton and Birmingham Lions will all be at the Barclaycard Arena in Birmingham on May the 8th for the AJ Bell NBL Finals Day. 1 more place up for grabs, and Team Derby are well within a shout of taking it. They're in pole position at the moment, 4th place in the table, now currently on 10 points. In 5th place at the moment, MK Badminton on 8 points, and bottom at the moment, Surrey Smashers on 7. So Team Derby, you feel that maybe 1 point more tonight, they'd be very unlucky not to go through to finals day. They'll be hoping to take more than 1 point, but that is the state of play so far tonight on match night 6. It's going to take a lot of mental arithmetic in my mind to make sure that we get this right, but that is how it looks at the moment. Let's come back into the Jubilee Sports Centre then for the men's doubles. Neil, how much of a blow is it for University of Nottingham Badminton to have lost Adam Corlina, especially so late?
Yeah, it's a big blow. I mean, we've enjoyed watching Corlina in the NBL season so far. He's brought a little bit of something different. You know, he's very high energy, very intense character on the doubles court, and made a really good partnership with the other Adam Hall. You know, Joel's come in, relatively inexperienced. He's making his way in the game at the moment, but as we mentioned earlier, is has been focusing a lot of his training on singles, so a big question for him is, one, how he'll settle with the nerves playing in front of a bigger crowd than he'll be used to, and then also how he can deal with the pace of two experienced doubles players in Chris Coles and Andy Ellis. So a big challenge for Joel, but he's certainly a good, talented player, and he'll be up for the chance.
We mentioned briefly earlier the friendly, I'll put it in inverted commas, rivalry between the players on the national programme. Adam Hall and Chris Coles actually usually play together, and they won a tournament together as a men's doubles pair, the Iceland International in January. They're on opposite sides of the net tonight, so that's an interesting little rivalry to watch out for, but we're about to get underway for the men's doubles.
You'll see a lot of net cords in this game, I think, from returns to serve, because the guys do practice it. They try and get the shuttle as early as they can to the net and drill it at the tape and get the net cord over.
Quick fire start from Coles and Ellis.
Love.
Andy Ellis is looking up for this tonight, and he's recently left the GB programme and is pursuing his wider career and looking to get into a little bit of coaching and that sort of thing. But he's certainly still probably enjoying playing more now than he did previously. Did really well in English nationals, and he's certainly still looking sharp.
Point again for Team Derby. 4-1 they lead early on. Good positive start.
Yeah, they're attacking very well, working well together, sort of making sure that there are no spaces for the defending team to counter-attack, and just maintaining that sort of momentum and pressure, and really working well for them at the moment.
Andy Ellis looking so up for it that he's having that one straight at Adam Hall's thigh.
And that's the difference, see, with Joel. Was a little bit he moved out to the corner as he would do in singles, and he just needed to be there a little bit quicker, hit with a little bit more pace, and that just stops Andy from really gambling on the net. As soon as he sees that slower movement, then he can start to take a chance at the net, and it resulted in a winner.
That's the quality that Adam Hall possesses, though.
2-5.
Good luck, Coles.
Hall's been a real positive to come out of the AJ Bell NBL. Got his opportunity midway through the first season. Really impressed. Particularly in the mixed doubles alongside Jess Pugh.
Yeah, considering he's the youngest guy on court, then you know, he's got a senior role to play in this partnership, and it's going to be important for him to get control of what's happened from a University of Nottingham badminton perspective, and try and influence the game a little bit more. Because at the moment, it's Team Derby all the way.
3-7.
Chris, sorry.
So the net it goes from the left arm of Joel Dowes, which means it's game point to Chris Coles and Andy Ellis.
3.
Adam Hall has gone to great lengths to avoid that. He's leapfrogged it, and he's got out the way of it as the serve dropped short. Interesting technique, that one. Good agility. can only fend off one game point because Andy Ellis puts it straight down. 9-4 Team Derby take the first game of this men's doubles.
Yeah, convincing start from Team Derby there. They were the pair with all the power and the pace and certainly looking to take the shuttle as early as they can. And then ultimately their attack was too good for University of Nottingham Badminton's defence.
What have the home pair got to change in this second game then to try and get themselves on top?
I just think they need to mix it up a little bit. The defence was hit very hard all the time, so it just basically the shuttle just kept coming down, and the defence almost just prolonged the rally. Whereas they need to be getting the shuttle high on their side of the net and start to hit down at the Team Derby pair.
See if they can get a bit closer to the Team Derby pair in this second game.
Level, play. One love.
Down the line from Adam Hall, he was dictating that point. You can hear him vocally telling Joel Dowes exactly which shuttle he was going to take and which one he wanted him to take himself.
Yeah, I think Dowes needs to look to try and get into the net a little bit more, because certainly when they lift into Adam Hall and he's hitting the smashes down, then it's a little bit more potent than Joel's smash at the moment. So any opportunity where he can get into the net, he needs to be looking forwards. At the moment he's sort of hanging back and waiting for the shot to come back over his head before he starts to influence the movement.
And the Team Derby pace is too much at the moment. 3-1.
But that said, it's easier said than done when Team Derby are coming at them at 100 mile an hour. Then to keep that clarity of thought and to execute a defensive game plan is quite difficult.
It's not all about the pace though, as Chris Coles proves there. Martin Lewis, the University of Nottingham coach, has just broken the air horn, but he did just about blow it, so it's timeout called with his pair trailing 1-4 and by 1 game to love as well.
Yeah, that was a really nice change of pace from Chris Coles there. Looked like he was going to hit the smash as hard as he can and then just stopped his racket at the moment of impact and a really cushioned drop shot, which the University of Nottingham weren't able to return, so a really good use of variation there.
At the Oak Grove Leisure Centre in Milton Keynes, Loughborough Sport, the leaders, have levelled it at 1-1. Lauren Smith and Vicky Williams taking the women's doubles 3-0. That has a huge impact on MK Badminton's push for the top 4. That's 1 point less that they can achieve.
Play.
So things looking good at the moment for Team Derby, both in terms of the league table and in terms of this particular event.
2-4.
I think that defensive shot needs to go cross court, or certainly turning it away from Andy Ellis when he's hitting from the mid-court and looking to come forwards to the net, because ultimately there's only going to be one winner of those rallies.
Terrific stuff again from Andy Ellis, as you say. Might be off the programme, but he's looking super sharp. Great court coverage, and also great reaction time close to the net.
Yeah, just a couple of times there where Joel could have gone in and looked for a kill, but his singles mentality is not to overcommit, is just to wait a little bit, and I think that's That's a significant point in this, that, you know, Derby can just play back to the net and, you know, with no real sort of consequence of it being killed.
That just clipped Andy Ellis's racket on its way through to his partner Chris Cole, so point goes University of Nottingham Badminton's way. Clever from Hall, saw the gap open up, and as you say, not a lot of time to think about those defensive shots, but Adam Hall has got the clarity of thought in them situations to react.
But exactly, I mentioned a couple of points ago, just by pulling a defensive shot cross-court, it just means that they can't just start to bomb in straight lines and hit from the mid-court and forwards and look for kills. So it's just that variation in defence is really useful as it is in attack, as Chris Dawson did before.
7-4.
More frustrated that he followed up that good defensive shot with a serve that was too long. Has that caught the line? Yes, it has, from Adam Hall. A couple of good cross-court defensive shots in quick succession for the Scot. 5-7. Gap close to just 1 point now.
Joel served and ducked then, and he needed to be looking to cover that straight push down the line. Especially if you serve that wide there, it's always a bit of a gamble, but again, you've got to be looking to take those opportunities when we get closer at the end of these games.
Game point, Team Derby, for a 2-0 lead. Not this time. Adam Hall again is the man in the way, and he goes straight over to that podium to pick up that pink tip shuttle. AJ Bell power play caught by University of Nottingham Badminton. This is game point to both pairs. The beauty of the AJ Bell NBL again. Worth 2 points to Joel Dowes and Adam Hall, but just 1 point will be enough for Chris Knowles and Andy Ellis. Game point to both. And it's gone long. Great use of the AJ Bell power play. And Joel Dowes and Adam Hall have crept over the line in this second game and levelled it, and we've got a real contest in our hands now.
That's a good performance there. Just a couple of really nice sort of cross-court defensive shots as I tried to encourage the boys to do from our commentating position here. Obviously they can't hear me, but you know, Adam is becoming an experienced doubles player, even though he's still only a young guy, but was able to see the spaces, hit a couple of cross-court shots, and that just like unsettles the Team Derby pair in their attacking lines, and it's just resulted in the end of a couple of errors and a couple of good points, and taking the set.
And we've seen the benefit of the AJ Bell power play there. Made for a real tense point for the crowd, but it was a really important one as well for University of Nottingham Badminton. So they maybe have the momentum going into this. It's level at 1 game each.
Yeah. Good luck, Colsey.
2-love.
It's a nice early return from Adam Hall there. And saw the angle, saw the space on the court, and was able to just to control the shuttle down into it. Really nice shot. nice defensive shot from Joel there, but I really want to see him hitting that shot and just covering the net a little bit more. That you know, if Coles had got to that and played a shot to the net, then could have been back defending again. Be more positive around the net moving forward.
Cole straight into the body of Hall. Even the defensive skills that he showed in the second game, not able to cope with that. But each time the home pairing get within one, Coles and Ellis are able to re-establish a 2-point cushion. Chris Coles throwing his racket at that one, but unable to get on it. Dow's getting touch of luck off the net cord.
4, 5.
And I mentioned right at the start of the game about you'll see a few net cords, and they actually practice hitting net cords, but they certainly don't from the back of the court. It's more from the returns of serve.
They draw level 5-5. This is brilliant from a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old against a much more experienced pairing.
Timeout claimed, University of Nottingham.
Again, similar to the mixed doubles, then we're really seeing the value of having a really tight low serve. And the level of control that you can get from it, and you know, the number of points that you can get from having that good low serve is, you know, we saw it from Thrillingham in the mixed, and we're seeing it from Adam Hall in the men's at the moment.
Another update in the shake-up for the AJ Bell NBL League table. Sophie Brown and Gabby Adcock have won the women's doubles for Surrey Smashers. So they are level at 1-1 with Birmingham Lions. Surrey Smashers currently not in the top 4 in the race for finals day. They'll need a couple more points tonight, but both they and MK Badminton, 5th and 6th place, have both got a point tonight. They're both 1-1 in their respective fixtures this evening. They are chasing Team Derby for the 4th and final place on May the 8th. So this is a big one in the context of the entire season. And Coles and Ellis have just levelled at 6-6. Chris Coles and Andy Ellis win this one, then Surrey Smashers and MK Badminton will have to win all 3 of their remaining events this evening in their respective fixtures to overtake them in 4th place. Long it goes from University of Nottingham Badminton, 8-6 to Coles and Ellis. Game point to go back in front. They take the 3rd game on a service error from Joel Dowles, 9-7. Back in front, Coles and Ellis. As I said there, Neil, this has real importance in the overall context of the season, because it would virtually guarantee Team Derby a place in finals day.
Yeah, I think the momentum is slightly with Team Derby at the moment, but you know, the Nottingham guys proved in the previous set that they're still in with a chance here. That you were very close in that last set as well. So, you know, that just a couple of small things that you'd want them to do slightly differently, be a little bit more positive in defence, looking for the spaces, because that approach worked really well for them when they were getting points in the previous sets.
Fourth game then, 2-1 Coles and Ellis.
Service over. 1-all.
Come on, hang in. Come on, come on.
Yeah, Joel Dallas as well to reach that one, but couldn't really do a great deal with it at that sort of level of reach. But the good thing that Chris Coles did there, he hit the first one, but was then immediately looking for the easy kill put away, which he certainly dispatched. I think as well, you can certainly see the sort of conditioned responses from the doubles players when they hit hard and flat, then they're moving straight away looking for the net. Whereas you know, Joel is sort of more of a singles player, and he's hitting the shot and then just hanging back that fraction, and the fractions around the net would make all the difference.
4-1. Play, please.
Just putting it back, weren't they, University of Nottingham? They just couldn't get enough on the defensive shots to make Team Derby think about it, and it's 5-1 now.
5-1.
Yeah, they pretty much reverted back to going straight as well, which just means that the lines of attack from Team Derby can be straight, so they're smashing and they're looking for that straight-driven shot, and you know, Chris Coles took it nice and early and was in complete control.
Rare mistake from Andy Ellis.
2-5.
Just trying to think about doing something different there. Joel Dowles just didn't have the execution quite right.
6-2. Play, please.
A few discussions from Team Derby, and they will take the AJ Bell power play. So this would present them with match point were they to win this one. An emphatic way to get them closer to the winning line, get Team Derby closer to finals day. And it's finished off by Andy Ellis, tight in at the net. 8-2, match point Coles and Ellis, and they've surely got 1 foot in finals day now. It's a great win for Chris Coles and Andy Ellis. 9-2 in the fourth game. They win 3 games to 1 and put Team Derby in pole position for that 4th and final place at the AJ Bell NBL Finals Day.
Yeah, good overall performance from Team Derby. The 2 experienced doubles players were very dominant, really. That they were the ones adding the pace and the aggression, and they came out just to try and blast the shuttle off the court. And ultimately, there was a bit of resistance from the team, from the University of Nottingham guys, but ultimately the power and pace of Team Derby overcame them.
They did indeed. If they want to absolutely make concrete their place at the Barclaycard Arena in May, Team Derby, then they will need to win this next one. The women's singles, their representative is Grace King. The home player is Emily Witts. And here is Grace King, just 15 years of age, the youngest ever player to feature in the AJ Bell NBL. She's handled it really well, Grace King.
Yeah, she burst onto the scene after having a significant amount of time as an injury layoff when she damaged knee ligaments, and rehabilitation's obviously gone well, and she made a winning start to an NBL career and played really well against higher ranked players. So Emily's a young player as well, so it'll be a battle of youth out there today.
Both here representing their home counties. Emily Witts has only played once before in the AJ Bell NBL, paired up with Cheryl Synan in the women's doubles on match night 2, and it was a defeat to Birmingham Lions. So 2 relatively inexperienced players. But as we say time and time again, this is the only competition really where you get to see this kind of talent alongside and in the same teams as national and international champions.
Absolutely, it gives the young guys a chance, especially when the established stars, Yao Ji missing for University of Nottingham, but who would normally be playing the ladies singles. So it's given Emily a shot at playing in front of this crowd and seeing how she handles the occasion and the pressure.
It's going to be a fascinating watch, that's for sure. Just a reminder, if Grace King wins it, Team Derby are guaranteed their place in the AJ Bell NBL Finals Day on May the 8th in Birmingham. Loughborough Sport, University of Nottingham Badminton and Birmingham Lions will all be there already. Birmingham Lions got the 1 point on the board that they needed against the Surrey Smashers. That's currently 1-1 live on Sky Sports. On the other stream, MK Badminton 1, Loughborough Sport 1. MK Badminton will need to win all 3 of the remaining events there and hope that Team Derby don't pick up any more points here at the Jubilee Sports Centre. Good drama on the final regular match night of this second season. There she is, Grace King, just 15 years of age. But a settler for Emily Witts as well.
Yeah, it's good for her to get off the mark rather, and help to settle her nerves a little bit.
Just catch Emily Witt's racket on its way through, although it did go long from Grace King. It is her point. Work at the net exchange from Emily Witts.
Yeah, there's no real pattern of play at the moment. Neither lady is really taken advantage of, of the game and exerting themselves on it. There's a lot of errors and a lot of nerves out there, I think, while both these ladies settle down.
5-4.
It's sort of 1 point for you, 1 point for me at the moment. 5-5.
5-all.
Grace King put a couple of points together there, an error from Witts and then a nice straight smash down the line. So she seems to be starting to get a little bit of a hold on the game.
Witts hanging on in there though. Grace King is first to the game point.
6.
Emily Witts fends her off again, closes the gap to 1.
7-8.
Good tussle this. Home player hanging on in there. But wide it goes as she was stretching for it. So Grace King of Team Derby takes the first game 9 points to 7.
Yeah, a bit of a scrappy first game there. That neither girl really put much of a considered one together and really executed how they potentially could do. So hopefully that game will just like settle them down a little bit so they can then start to try and build some rallies and build some momentum in the second set.
15 seconds. 15 seconds.
Not a lot of time to turn around from the first game, which I guess is a positive and a negative. It gives you less time to sort of delve too deeply into your mind about what may or may not have happened in the first game.
Second game. Love all.
It was a close one. So very little to choose between them, but it's Grace King of Team Derby that holds the advantage. It's exactly the first point that Emily Witts will have wanted.
Yeah, I think the more that she can put a few of those rallies together and get the crowd on side again, then
Service over.
it'll sort of build her confidence and let her play as she could do.
Oh, a late call. From our vantage point, it looked very close. That's good from Grace King. Fist clench as well. Picked the back corner out perfectly. Timeout called, unsurprisingly, by University of Nottingham Badminton, with Emily Witts trailing 1-4 and already a game down.
Yeah, I think Neil White, the assistant coach of the University of Nottingham, just saw in Emily's body language she was getting a bit frustrated with herself, so she's probably just going on court just to refocus her a little bit and just try and sort of gee her up and get her refocused on the game plan.
Yeah, because she wasn't a million miles behind Grace King by any means in the first game, although there is a 3-point gap at the moment. It's easily closed with a quick fire run of points, and you feel that positivity is the way to go. Just needs to take the game to Grace King. who's receiving a few words in her ear from quite a good singles player in Raj Youssef. Not a bad man to have in your corner.
Absolutely.
4-1. Play. 5-1.
It's a good return from Emily Witts.
I just feel that she just needs to do some of the simple stuff and just try and build some rallies rather than going for too much too soon.
Tried a deft one from the back of the court, but didn't have enough legs on it. But that one caught the line, so she's continuing to put points on the board, Emily Witts.
6. Service fault call. Service over.
The service fault.
7-3.
Hands the impetus back to Grace King. It's kind of a good shot followed by an error from Emily Witts. If she can just string a couple more good points together in a row.
If she gets those couple of points in a row, that just changes the momentum and adds the pressure back onto Grace King. And with her being such a young player, then you know, she's real untested on how she's going to deal with that pressure. And obviously the result of that pressure is a few errors the other way.
7.
3 points in a row for Emily Witts. Grace King stops that run and gives herself game points at 8-6.
Game point. 6.
She takes it at the first time of asking. Well closed out by Grace King under a bit of pressure from Witts towards the end of that second game. 9-6, she goes 2-0 up.
Yeah, it was a nice shot to win the game then. The shot came out quite quickly. She was able just to turn it into the space for a nice winner. So she's well in control of this game. Will be feeling quite good about herself at the moment.
So the 15-year-old Grace King is one game away from guaranteeing Team Derby's place in the AJ Bell NBL Finals Day on Sunday, May the 8th at the Barclaycard Arena. You've heard us talk about it plenty. Tickets still available at nationalbadmintonleague.co.uk if you haven't got yours already.
Play.
All Grace King needs to do is score 9 more points. Simple as that.
Yeah, but a lovely shot from Emily Witts to start off this third set. It's a nice deceptive push right into the corner there.
Service over. 2-1.
Grace King bemused by that call.
Well, the rest of the Derby team said, oh, well left, and then the line judge called it in, so
Kick.
must have been a close one.
The Derby bench are sitting Right on the shoulder of that line judge as well. He's scrutinising his every call now.
That's a really nice shot from Grace King there. Looked like she was going to push the shuttle up into the forehand side, but then just let the shuttle come onto her and just pushed it into the open court. Really nice and deceptive.
Service over 4-2. Service over 3-4.
Good again from Grace King. She's responded really well to that line call because at 15, there's a real tendency out there under the pressure to react badly to it. She's turned it into a positive.
Yeah, she's played some good positive attacking rallies as well, so putting a little bit of pressure on Emily, but then she comes back with some attacking play of herself and forces an error, so it's still evenly balanced this set.
First couple of games, it was just a handful of untimely errors from Emily Witts that essentially lost it for her. No errors creeping in as she gets towards the finishing line in this third game. Thought she might look towards the AJ Bell power play, but she hasn't. I think she's able to close it out herself, but she'll be put under pressure by Grace King.
Yeah, she might be doing that decision thinking that she can play it a little bit later on in the match, but with Grace coming back after her, then it's going to be tight towards the end.
She might not get that opportunity. It goes long. Grace King closing the gap, but of course, if Grace King gets to power play first, it means that Emily Witts doesn't have it available to her. It's 7-7. Is Grace King going to think about it? No. Emily Witts has game point here in the third game. Both players have turned down the opportunity to use the AJ Bell power play at times that it could have proved useful. Can Emily Witts get herself back in this? She can. 9-7. She takes the third game. She still trails by 1 game, but she's still got the AJ Bell power play in her locker.
Yeah, she showed good character there. That, she's been battling with errors throughout the game so far, but just managed to control herself a little bit more, played a little bit safer, and just forced Grace King into a few errors. So, fair play to Emily Witts there. That 2 sets still looked down, and she looked dead and buried, but has come back well and showed some, like I say, some good character.
An update from the other fixture on the live stream tonight. MK Badminton have gone behind to league leaders Loughborough Sport. Henry Haskainen won the men's singles there for Loughborough Sport, which by my reckoning, if my maths is correct, puts MK Badminton out of the finals day picture. Not enough points on offer for them tonight, so MK Badminton out of the running for finals day, leaving Team Derby and Surrey Smashers to battle it out for 4th place. The destiny is still definitely in Team Derby's hands if Grace King can win this game. Grace King did well to respond to that coming off the net cord, and Emily Witts didn't get herself sorted in time. 2-2.
Interesting change of tactic from Grace King. She's reverted to the traditional singles high serve, which is getting Emily to the back of the court right away in the rally, and it's proven to be successful so far.
Yeah, she's put it round from love 2 to 4-2. That's good though from Emily Witts.
Yeah, she tried that shot a few times during the game. Early on in the game was pushing it wide, but the last couple then she's hit right into the corner, so it's proven to be a good weapon for her.
But as we've seen throughout this event, just follows a good shot with an error. Now the power play is going to be called by Grace King. The AJ Bell power play worth 2 points to Grace King. Will open up a 4-point lead if she wins it, or get her within 2 points of the finishing line.
It also means that Emily can't play it in this set as well, so good tactical decision.
Yeah, Emily Witts wins the point. Only worth 1 to her, but as you say, Neil, Grace King has stopped her opponent from being able to use it. Can't use the AJ Bell power play in the same game as your opponent. But Emily Witts proved in the third game that she can get over the line without it. She's level now at 5-5.
Yeah, it was a good try from Grace King there. You could see that she was really trying to outmaneuver Witts, move her around the court to open up some space. But Emily sort of dug in and really sort of retrieved the shuttle well, and proved that she could battle and get a kick from Grace King, and 2 in a row as well.
Roses in front, 6-5, Emily Witts. Takes us to a tiebreaker here. You've got to say she's probably the slight favourite, having the AJ Bell power play still available to her.
Timeout claimed by Team Derby.
Team Derby call a timeout. Andy Ellis and Raj Youssef coming on to just try and help Grace King get back into this 4th game.
Yeah, you also feel that the timing of it was quite well conceived, that Emily has got a little bit of momentum going, a couple of points in a row, so just to break that cycle a little bit and try and refocus Grace on her game plan.
Momentum, something that Emily Witts has struggled with a little bit in this contest. It's crucial to put together a string of points in these games, otherwise they can get away from you very quickly. Emily Witts needs just 2 more to take us to the first tiebreak of the evening. Just prevent Team Derby from 100% guaranteeing their place in the AJ Bell NBL Finals day.
7-5. Play.
Use those cross-court flat lifts into both corners to good effect. It's really sort of putting that pressure, putting Grace under pressure at the back of the court there.
Grace King hanging on in there, though. 7-8. They've all gone close in this event so far. But Emily Witts is going to take us all the way. She's come back from 2 games behind to level at 2-2. 9-7, she takes the 4th game. We're into a tiebreaker, and Emily Witts has that AJ Bell power play.
Well, it's fair play to Emily that she's really proven herself as a strong character on court, and she's her head could easily have gone down after being 2-0 down to a 15-year-old in front of her home crowd, but she's showed her mettle and has got herself right back in this.
And the home crowd are certainly roaring Emily Witts on here. She takes the AJ Bell power play shuttle from its podium. She will serve with it. This to give herself a 2-point lead. A reminder of the rules in the tiebreaker. First to lead by 3 points, or first to 5 points, whichever comes first. Emily Witts wins this, it's match point. And she does win it. That's 2-love in the tiebreaker. 1 more point would complete a sensational turnaround by Emily Witts. How many times have we seen that tonight? Follows up an important point with an error. Wide it goes from Emily Witts, so we're going all the way to 5 now. Straight race, first to 5 points.
There's a lot of tension out there now, so whoever can control the nerves and keep executing.
Grace King kicked herself in that rally first time at the back of the court, but couldn't cover the ground quick enough. Witts back in front, 2 points away from victory. She has another match point, 4-2 in the tiebreaker. Really tense here. Emily Witts, just 20 years of age. Grace King, just 15, in front of a big crowd here at the Jubilee Sports Centre. Grace King, looking cool as you like. Still match point Witts.
Let's be ready, Emily.
Emily Witts not ready to receive serve. Let called. We are going right down to the wire. 4-4. It is a single-point shootout.
It's a shame that Cameron's not picking up Andy Ellis on the coaching chair at the moment, because he's up out of his seat. He's like playing every shot along with Grace.
Emily Witts steps in to finish it off cross court. It was rather gifted to her in the end by Grace King, but that is a super turnaround from Emily Witts. Only her 2nd appearance this season in the AJ Bell NBL. She wins the tiebreak of 5-4 to come back from 2 games behind and level this match tonight at 2-2.
That's a really good performance from Emily Witts there. Going 2-0 down in front of a home crowd is always a tough ask to come back, and then to win it on the last point was a fitting end to a great ladies singles game.
It was nip and tuck all the way. 15-year-old Grace King walking off court looking absolutely devastated. To lose it in the final point is very harsh indeed, but it is nicely poised tonight here at the University of Nottingham. It's 2-2 with the women's doubles still to come, and this is going to be a terrific clash because you've got the in-form home pairing of Jess Pugh and Cheryl Synan against the experience and quality of Kate Robertshaw and Gail Ems. This is going to be a really good way to finish off the night.
Absolutely, the real contrast in styles and experiences and all that sort of thing, so it's going to be quite hard to call. On paper you'd probably say that the experience might be a little bit too much, but You mentioned before about the young girls from Nottingham being the form pair. Recently won the Romanian Open ladies doubles together, so they're flying at the moment. And Jess in her mixed as well is competing really well. So will be really tough to beat. So I don't really want to call this one, Rob.
You don't have to. We'll call the action live and we'll see exactly how it pans out here for you. It's been a season full of drama so far in the AJ Bell NBL, as we've come to expect, having watched it now since its inception last year. And it's going right down to the wire for this one. Of course, University of Nottingham Badminton already into finals day, but they would love to end the regular season with victory overall in this fixture. Team Derby have got 1.5 feet in the finals day, we'll say, because Surrey Smashers are now back in front against Birmingham Lions. Carl Baxter's beaten Toby Penty in the men's singles and ended his 100% winning record. So we are in the 5th and final clash tonight, the women's doubles.
It'll be interesting to know whether Team Derby are aware of the other scores and how that all affects the different standings for the final four, that final fourth spot.
If Team Derby didn't win this and Surrey Smashers win the final 2 events of their fixture, it would then go down to events played. And if that was equal, it would go down to games played. Now, I don't trust my mental arithmetic for that one. I'm sure Team Derby won't want it to go that far.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gail Ems to serve to Jessica Pugh. Love all. Play. Love. Service over. 1-all. Service fault call. Service over. 2-1.
That's good positive defence from Gail Ems there, and managed to hit Cheryl Simon with that shuttle because she was on it so early.
Service over. 2-3.
Great reaction from Gail Ems to get that one right out of her body and
Service over.
away from danger.
4-2.
Just Pugh did well to reach it, but set it up nicely for Gail Ems.
Yeah, Team Derby's
5-2.
sort of approaching this from quite a relaxed defensive position, and they're almost giving the attack away to the Nottingham pair, and then working off that and being really positive in their defence.
Service over. 3-5.
again,
3.
defence was really sound from Gail in particular there. And you know, for someone who's not really renowned for her power from the back of the court, and then just one smash and the shot was on the floor. So, you know, Gail's playing well so far.
False.
It's good stuff from the Team Derby pair. 7-3. Quality from Gail, and absolute quality.
Yeah, really impressive. I mean,
game point.
You know, she's just
3.
dictating exactly what happens. You know, when she wants to, then she'll take the net away, follow it in, and then win the point. So
Game.
really, really composed and professional performance so far from Team Derby.
9-3.
Queued up a game point, and they converted at the first time of asking. So Gail Ems and Kate Robertshaw, 9-3. They take the first game, and it's pretty comfortable for them so far. They're soaking up anything that comes at them and putting it back with a bit of extra purchase.
Absolutely. Yeah, the last game was a bit disappointed in how they played against MK Badminton. That they again started off the game really well and then just sort of like faded away towards the middle and end of it.
15 seconds. 15 seconds.
You know, a really good start to the game again, and they look in complete control. So, you know, it's going to be a big challenge for the University of Nottingham pair to actually exert any sort of influence at the moment. They just don't look like they've got any answers from the back of the court or any sort of pressure from the net and forwards.
Second game, Lovell.
Getting official
play.
word from the AJ Bell NBL that the top 4 has now been decided for finals day. And Team Derby are in it. So somebody at HQ has done the maths and made sure that Surrey Smashers can't catch Team Derby. But that won't make Gail Ems and Kate Robertshaw want to win any less than they already do.
1-all. Service over.
Again, it's unusual for it to be so overtly defensive. So Gail not even then attempting to attack the low serve and just hitting a big high lift right up to the roof and saying to the Nottingham pair, well, let's see what you can do from there, guys.
Fascinating tactical battle to watch. Ems and Robertshaw are enjoying it. Big smiles on their faces. I don't think the University of Nottingham pair are quite enjoying it that much. Difficult to find a way through.
It was. I mean, Jess Pugh tried a few different little things there, like with the cross block and following it in, and just to try and mix up the defence a little bit. So you can see that they're trying to find out the sort of the key formula to overcoming the Team Derby tactic at the moment, but at the moment, still no joy.
Cheryl Siner gets a whole heap of luck off the frame of her racket. Gail Ems screamed no, she was never going to get there.
Service over. 2-3.
But a bit of luck is maybe what the home pair need. That finishes this one off. 3-3. Maybe a bit of momentum swinging back.
But
another case tonight where the receiver hasn't been quite ready to to accept the serve. She's certainly ready that time.
Yeah, that's a nice big smash from Kay Robertshaw there. Didn't have much time to react to it, but certainly got the racket through it quickly to get the pace.
Ewan signing keeping touch at the moment, though. The first game ran away from them quite quickly. Yeah, nice. Cut across that one, Jeff Pugh.
Yeah, good change of pace and just adding that little bit of variation. We've said that quite a few times tonight, that you know, when players and pairs just get bogged down in playing straight lines and being a bit predictable, then you know it's relatively easy to defend against. As soon as a bit of variation comes in, providing it's done at the right time under some sort of control, then you know, it just provides a different challenge to the other team.
Changes of pace and angle, and there Jess Pugh stepping in. 7-4, University of Nottingham Badminton.
Yeah, all this change has been initiated by Jess. You know, she's looking for where the spaces are and starting to take advantage now.
It's great defence from her as well there. It's crouching to take that at head high, and it gives University of Nottingham Badminton game point, 8-4. Wide it goes from Sinan, but they'll get a couple more goes at a game point.
5-8.
Been a terrific response, particularly in the second half of this second game. A terrific rally from each and every single one of the players out there on court, and it's unfortunate that it's Jeff Pugh who can't reach the final shot. Gail Ems, big smile on her face, she was screaming at the net. 3 times she reacted quickly and thought she'd won the point. They are closing the gap, Ems and Robertshaw. And they're claiming the AJ Bell power play. This would be some game to win.
Absolutely, we're dead and buried in this set, so it'll be a real kick in the head for the Nottingham if they can't close this one out.
But they do close it out. Gail Ems with the mistake at the net means that Jess Pugh and Cheryl Sinan take the second game 9-7. This is a very fascinating contest indeed.
We did call it right at the very beginning, so that this is probably going to be the game of the night. It will be very difficult to choose between the pairs, and you know, I think the size of the shift from the first set to the second set, you know, much credit has to go to the Nottingham pair for actually working out what they needed to do to overcome the tactic of Team Derby. And they've certainly come out, and Jess Pugh in particular has been instrumental in changing the fortunes of University of Nottingham Badminton in that game. So we'll see where it goes next.
Because it's been it's a difficult ask, isn't it? Because if a team of the quality of Ems and Robertshaw come out with a game plan, they've got the quality to execute it. All credit to Jess Pugh in particular.
Yeah, good rally though. Sort of interesting going backwards and forwards with who was attacking, who was defending. Some good changes of angle, but you know, again, just that extra little bit of pressure on Cheryl Synan, and she seems to be the one who's coming up with the errors on the long rallies.
Quality from Gail Ems again.
Yeah, that's one of the trademarks when she was at the top of the world game, you know, especially in mixed doubles. Then she was so quick onto things around the net that it was very difficult for defending players to get the shuttle past her.
I'm entirely sure what happened there.
She just forgot to hit it, I think.
Gail Ems called yours. Kate Robertshaw was in position, ready to hit it back, and as you say, just forgot to swing her arm. I'm glad she can see the funny side of it.
Yeah, she's practicing it, so she won't do it again, so we'll be okay.
Get it, 2. 1-2.
Very rare that you see that. Another lengthy rally won by the Team Derby pair.
Service over. 3-2.
That was a great change of angle there from Jess Pugh. Saw the space. You know, Gail hasn't got the same level of power from the back of the court, so can start to press that defence a little bit higher up the court and really take advantage and take the shuttle early on those sorts of shots. So, really good spot.
That's clever from Kate Robertshaw. Really well spotted and really well executed as well. Synan was on the back foot.
Yeah, she's on the back foot because it was a really nice deceptive drop from Gail Ems as well, so they combined well together there to keep control of that point.
Tight midway through this third game. 1-1 in games. 4-4. It's just as close as you called. You said you couldn't call it. You called it perfectly.
Good play for Gail Ems there, keeping the attack, keeping the pressure on, but Cheryl Synan almost got herself out of trouble, but just found the tape.
Service over. 5-all.
What a shot that is from Jess Pugh. Change of pace, change of angle again, both at the same time this time.
Absolutely, you know, you just feel that when the shuttle's at the back of the court, then all these four ladies are far happier when they're defending. Their defences are so strong, so the attack from the rear court has to be something a little bit different, and great use of angle there from Jess.
Cheryl Synan could only put that back into a nice, easy area, though.
It's over. 6-all.
Neither pair has been able to stretch more than 1 point in front in this third game.
I think we could be going the distance again, Rob.
Be a fitting way to end the regular season, definitely. Gail M's frame, but it all counts.
7.
Yeah, I think she earned the right for that frame after looking for the shuttle so early and keeping control around in that area. So.
Timeout called by University of Nottingham.
Martin Lewis comes onto court for University of Nottingham Badminton. The timeout called. His pair trailing just by the single point, 6-7. A really intriguing one this throughout, but in particular in this third game. Because each time Team Derby have nosed in front, they've more often than not followed it up with an error or a piece of quality from Jess Pugh in particular.
Yeah, I think it's really evenly balanced. That
15 seconds.
you know, there's been an equal mixture of a couple of loose shots, a couple of errors, but I would say probably more really good attacking play that's like forced the error. And I think both pairs have been influenced by the level of pressure that the opposition has been put on. So I think some of the errors that have been produced have been sort of forced through that level of play.
And Kay Roberts will win the first point out of the timeout, and they have a game point here to go back in front.
Yeah, Team Derby are far more effective when it's almost that mixed doubles formation with Kate Robertshaw at the back hitting with pace, and then Gail covering the net and taking pace out and then looking for kills. So that's working really well for Team Derby at the moment.
The error comes again from Cheryl Synan. So Gail Ems and Kate Robertshaw take the third game 9-6. And they lead now 2-1.
Again, I think on balance of play, the level of play from Team Derby there was higher than the University of Nottingham pair. And again, this game is really swinging from who's dominating, who's got the momentum from like one game to the next.
Scores on the doors around the AJ Bell NBL on match night 6, the final match night of the regular season.
15 seconds.
MK Badminton 1, Loughborough Sport 3 now at the Oak Grove Leisure Centre, which by my calculations leaves MK Badminton rock bottom of the table. And it's Birmingham Lions 2, Surrey Smashers 2 live on Sky Sports, a result which also puts Surrey Smashers out of the running. So the top 4 going into finals day, as is. Final positions of which will be confirmed at the end of the night, but it is the top 4 that will go through regardless of where they finish.
Service over. 1-love.
Well, Gail Ems has ended a magnificent rally by catching the shuttle in her racket. She's going to try and drop it over the net there. Fantastic entertainment, really fitting of this contest, but Gail Ems has managed to get it wedged in her racket string.
I think you need to go and change your racket though, Gail, because I think it might be a bit of a problem in the next rally.
Don't want to find that hole again. This has had a bit of everything tonight, hasn't it? been played in great spirit.
Yeah, nice idea from Jess Pugh, saw the space again. Managed to get the shuttle into that area, but just missed the sideline.
Here, Andy Ellis on the bench, he said, well left, Kate. I really don't think she left it. She ran the width of the court to get there. Good from Gail Ems, flat, straight down the middle.
Service over, 2-3.
Staying in touch with the Nottingham pair. Great agility from Jess Pugh to get that shuttle back when it looked lost, and then she duly finishes it off.
4-2.
It's a really good performance from the 19-year-old.
Again, not the most power from the back of the court, but really accurate smashing lines, so making it quite difficult for the Team Derby to defend, which results in an easy winner from the net. So it's a really good, intelligent attacking play then.
Oh, yelp from Gail Ems. Stooping, couldn't quite get there. 6-2, University of Nottingham Badminton well on the way to taking us to a tiebreaker.
Cheryl's broken a string, so was trying to get out of it, but Kate quite sensibly was hitting the shuttle towards her all the time. The shuttle becomes really difficult to control when the strings are broken.
Now.
7-3.
2 more points would take us to a tiebreaker. Make that one, and remember that University of Nottingham Badminton has still got their AJ Bell power play to use in that tiebreaker as well.
Yeah, that was really sharp from Jess Pugh there. Nice return. Really nice. Really tricky kill as well on the backhand side, but executed really well. And Gail's done another string here.
She hasn't got another racket on her bench. Andy Ellis is going to have to find one in a bag.
2 games on.
But 9-3 it is. To Jess Pugh and Cheryl Synan. 2-2, tiebreaker. AJ Bell power play for the home pair. And the memory of Team Derby having lost their tiebreaker in their last women's doubles match on the final point. Will that come into their mind at all?
Well, this game has swung in massive directions on each of the sets that have been played so far. So, again, I said right at the start, I don't really want to predict what's going to happen, but that last experience of the AJ Bell NBL over in Milton Keynes will probably be in the minds of the Team Derby pair at the moment, and the hope that they will replicate it.
We're playing Sophie Sankey and Caroline Wesley, and they lost the tiebreak at 5-4 on a net cord. Probably the worst possible way to lose. So they'll be hoping to avoid that. AJ Bell power play, picked up by Jess Pugh, could establish an early 2-point lead in this tiebreaker.
Team Derby just missed the sideline there, so that's 2 points for the
2 match points.
University of Nottingham pair.
Match point then, quickly as that. First to win by 3 clear points, or first to 5 points, whichever comes first in the tiebreaker. Match point to the hosts. Kate Robert-Shaw did really well to just get it back and make University of Nottingham play one more shot.
2.
Match point has disappeared. This is extremely tense. Kate Robert-Shaw screamed that was Gail Ems, and she ran back. She was never going to get there, but luckily for her, it dropped long. 2-2. First to 5 points will win this one now.
Come on, girls. Come on now.
Two all.
Still very tough to call, Neil.
I was going to say, I think that was a crucial point there.
Service over.
A big advantage for Nottingham.
Noses back in front, 3-2. Whisker away from finding the gap there, but it's wide, and it's 4-2, Jess Pugh and Cheryl Synan. Match point again for University of Nottingham Badminton to win this fixture overall. But it is not quite going to be that easy. Ems and Robert-Shaw not going anywhere. Still match point, Pugh and Synan.
3-4.
Ems went deeper with the serve, and Pugh couldn't get it back. 4-4 for the second women's doubles match in succession. Team Derby are down to the final point. They lost it to MK Badminton on match night 5. Can they be on the right side of a final point this time? Oh, Cheryl Synan with the return winner. And they take the tiebreak 5-4, the University of Nottingham women's doubles pair. 3-2 they win it, meaning that University of Nottingham win the fixture overall 3-2. A brilliant, brilliant way to end the regular season, Neil Cottrell.
Well, a great game to finish the for this particular event, but also to finish the match. And worthy winners for University of Nottingham Badminton. They played some really good ladies doubles, really good attacking stuff, and proved worthy winners.
Standing ovation across most sections of the Jubilee Sports Centre here tonight, because they have witnessed some absolute crackers. University of Nottingham Badminton have the bragging rights in the East Midlands. They've beaten Team Derby 3-2, but both teams qualify for the HA Bell NBL Finals Day on the 8th of May at the Barclaycard Arena in Birmingham. Neil, if you can, very briefly, can you sum up the regular season for us so far in what has been the second season of the AJ Bell NBL? Still fairly new, but it's proven exceptionally entertaining for everybody.
Absolutely right. We've had some different players involved in the teams this year, but really sort of really mix of experience and youth, and some really interesting fixtures, and really looking forward to the finals day.
Finals day, you do not want to miss it. Sunday the 8th of May at the Barclaycard Arena in Birmingham. Tickets are available right now online at nationalbadmintonleague.co.uk. Get onto the website and get your tickets if you like what you've seen here tonight at the Jubilee Sports Centre. The 4 teams that are going to finals day: Loughborough Sport, University of Nottingham Badminton, Birmingham Lions and Team Derby. They will contest 2 semi-finals, and then the final will be broadcast live on Sky Sports as well. That's Sunday the 8th of May, the Barclaycard Arena in Birmingham. But it is finished here at the Jubilee Sports Centre. University of Nottingham Badminton 3, Team Derby 2. It's good night from myself, Rob Hayes, and Neil Cottrell.